Do you think TankDavis will accept the KeyshawnDavis challenge?
Because it wouldn't make sense for TankDavis to take a fight like that. He's more leaning towards the Ryan Garcia rematch because he knows they're the easier fights or the regular fights that they can make. I would say John would need to be a more marketer. Yes. What happened? You cut out.
I gotta ask you about Subriel Matias since he's fighting tonight. His comeback. What's your thoughts?
Be it's gonna. I wish him nothing but the best. You know what I mean? And Rican boxer at 140 is.
You would like to fight Subriel Matias? Is that what you just said?
And if he gets another one, or even if he doesn't, you know what I mean? To me, we saw with Leon Paro what happened. He doesn't know how to deal with a boxer. So I would definitely have to box him out there. But if it comes to fighting, I'm also an inside fighter too. So
And you also have the power.
yes, sir. I also have the power, and this power ain't no joke, man. This power. So,
And we've seen the so-called boogeyman lose twice, like you said. So I don't know if he's a boogeyman anymore.
yeah. Yes, sir. That's what we see. Like I said, I'm excited for sure. I'm excited of this what's up and coming. Right now we're just waiting on negotiations to go through, and hopefully by the end of December, maybe early January, we got our next fight date. But I'm just excited, man, to still get back in there and do what I love to do.
Can we see you? Can we see you in the ring
Against who? Or you cut out a little bit.
time? And you
Yep.
also mentioned Devin Haney. Devin Haney.
Yeah, man. I mean, you can see me in the ring with any of these guys. I'm not worried about none of them. I'm actually excited to get an opportunity to showcase my skills against some big fighters like those, because at the end of the day, we're all here for the same thing. They had their time. My time's coming. You know what I mean? And that's what I tell people. I've taken a little bit, and God's allowed me to go through what I go through. But at the end difficult for them to get me out of the place because it took me so long to get there.
Uh, A loss doesn't mean that you're ruined. So, that's something that boxing fans have to remember.
It does not. It does not mean that. Of course, that's what I tell people. I'm like, I took a loss, and it wasn't really a loss. It was more of a setup. At the end of the day, I know what I have, and I know I still got a lot to prove. So we're gonna be showing that. We definitely are looking forward to fighting bigger fights in the future. So it's all about timing, I guess. It's all about God's timing. It's His perfect timing. So we'll see when everything happens.
Yeah, Joy, you're still young.
Not just yes, dedicated, focused, but not just that, humble and hungry. That's what I tell people. You gotta be like a lion. You gotta be dedicated, fierce, hungry, but humble at the same time. Cause you look at a lion out in nature, and people think, oh, you know what, like it's fierce because of the way he looks, but the way he acts, he's always calm. He's always there, just watching over the pack, taking care of things. You wouldn't really, from the way he acts, you wouldn't really think, oh, this guy's fierce, until you provoke it, until you look for it. And that's how you have to be.
There's one thing also that I think a lot of young fighters um, need right now at this time. I don't know that I have noticed that a lot of young fighters don't have that killer instinct, right?
Yes, you need it. You know what I mean? You need to have that killer instinct to win a fight. When you hurt somebody, you gotta go out for blood. You can't just expect, oh, I'm gonna keep boxing him, and I'm gonna take care of myself. Yes, be smart at what you're throwing, but you also gotta have that instinct, like, man, I'm gonna take him out because he's hurt now, and I don't know if he's gonna recover and then give me trouble. So I gotta take my opportunity to do it now.
And that reminds me of someone who was at ringside last night, Shakur Stevenson, who doesn't have that killer instinct.
He's more of a survival. He's a survival fighter. That's what I call. He likes to survive. He likes to win on points. He's not a deadly fighter. He's dangerous boxer, but not a deadly fighter. Meaning he doesn't have the power to hurt. And they're talking about him and Kid Austin. I still don't think Kid Austin has what it takes to be Shakur just because of the way Shakur boxes, you know. And that's the difference. Shakur, we know he's one of those fighters that's not a power puncher, doesn't have killer instincts, but he knows what it is to survive in the ring, knows how to box, and knows the game. And that's what makes him dangerous. There's different types of fighters. There's boxer punchers, there's brawlers, and there's straight up boxers. And what I call Shakur is one of those straight up boxers.
I think the problem that a lot of us have with Shakur Stevenson is the fact that he talks a lot, but he doesn't fight the way he talks.
He talks a lot, and he's not an exciting fighter to watch. You see him, he doesn't sell out pay-per-views. You know what I mean? Like, he talks a lot trying to stay in the limelight of the public, but he's not an exciting fighter because he doesn't get no knockouts. Like his last couple of fights, man. Look at the one where Crawford came, where who was it? Son of Gore, SOG was there. Andre Ward was there. All these guys that were watching him, they were falling asleep. They were like, "Oh man, this guy's boring."
I think we all fell asleep.
him, it's like, oh man, this guy is boring. He doesn't really have nothing entertaining.
Joy, before I let you go, I gotta ask you about Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis is in a fight tonight against Karen.
Hmm.
Uh, that's a rematch. Which the first fight, many of us, including myself, thought that Karen beat Boot Ennis.
Hmm.
Can Karen give him problems once again?
I think so too, because he is already confident. He's like, I did it once, I beat him. Mentally, Boots knows he got beat. His corner knows he got beat. Mentally, that's draining. That takes a toll on a fighter. But we will see, because also it could have helped him to make the preparations, that he needed. This guy, I beat him. He's worried about me, so it's gonna be a interesting fight for sure tonight. But I think this time we'll see a more clear result. I'd say there is because now he has to fight and make it clear that he's winning. Make it a clear fight that he's won, not just a fight that was so close that, oh, you know what, people thought he won or some people didn't. Now he has to make it clear.
Does Boots Ennis need a knockout?
I don't think he needs a knockout. I just think he needs to box in a more convincingly way. The knockout can come, but he needs to be a more convincing win, whether it's winning by points or whether it's winning by a knockout. He just needs to make it look more convincing.
Ennis loses.
I mean, he's gonna have to go back to the drawing board. I don't see him. I see him definitely. It's gonna take a toll on his career, but I don't see um I don't see him taking too much of a toll. I definitely that Crawford fight is gonna take a little bit more to be made. You know what I mean? If he wants it, if he loses, but we'll see. Like I said, is something that he has to prove. Is he's on the testing ground now?
Well, we'll see what happens tonight.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
see.
Yeah, we'll get back on. I'm definitely gonna be watching the fight. I want to see how he does or what improvements he made.